Bam! Welcome to Kocosports Main Event Review. We got a special guest, Rob Sackett, joining me, and I'm the huge one, Dave Coco from Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com, or Kocosports.net. It's where the world comes to gas, your home for combat sports, and above all, where you can be a passionate fan. And we're back to us. We're not Superfan 999 or Butt Slammers or anything like that. We're back to us. Some people love that, and some people absolutely hate it. We did a parody thing, you know, and maybe we should have a separate channel for parody, because some people are like, this is the greatest thing ever, and some people are like, I don't get it. So, there you have it. But this main event, we don't have to do parody. I think we're going to say win, loss, or tie, or if you should watch it, but it's going to be obvious after this next statement. This is the best WWE TV show they've had in a very long time. Very long time.
It was really good. It was really good.
I have been reviewing WWE way too much this year. And I do enjoy it, but sometimes it does get painful. Like, you have to actually enjoy it. I do not, the last maybe 4 weeks of Raw, I haven't really enjoyed. NXT, the tag team tournament, I think kind of ruined NXT for me. I'm looking forward to this week's NXT. But I've been kind of fucking depressed, and TNA has been fucking picking it up as far as, you know, me watching wrestling. But as far as reviewing this, I think this was a huge win, better than Raw, and, you know, people ask all the time during our main event reviews. First question we always get, is it worth watching? And I think this is the first time in WWE I can say it's can't miss. I enjoyed it. It's not you're not going to get any 5-star matches out of it. From top to bottom, it has a little bit of something, and it was enjoyable. You know what? I know a lot of people make fun of me because my standards have dropped some, but that's because I main event, NXT, Impact, SmackDown, Raw. The more you watch, the more you just, I don't know, you're just looking to be entertained. You're just looking for anything. And I've been doing these reviews, and I can honestly say, main event was the most entertaining show of the last. Like, if you said you can watch the last 6 fucking Raws for this main event, I would choose this main event every time.
Yeah, I would too. Well, I don't know. Can I watch Paul Heyman's promos on YouTube still?
Sure, why not? Well, they'll probably do it. Yeah, the funny thing is, the only bad part about main event
will be on main event.
Yeah, the only bad part about main event is they actually do show Raw recaps. Like, that was the worst part of this show. The worst part of main event, and sadly, most SmackDowns are the Raw recaps. And you were said off air that the Raw recaps actually even hurt Raw.
Dude, like, it made me angry on Raw to watch them recap, like, 3 Raws in a row. And I'm like, are you shitting me? What is this, SmackDown?
I have a conspiracy theory. Hear me out on this. You ready for my conspiracy theory?
Sure.
Is it a 6? Is it a 9? Let's break it down. I think they know pro wrestling fans will pay for pro wrestling, and they're going to make Raw so entertainment over the top. A main event and NXT, which you can only find on the network, will be pro wrestling driven, and pro wrestling fans will have to actually pay to watch pro wrestling on WWE. That's my conspiracy.
I don't think that's a terrible idea, but I also told you that a while back that I think they're going to make main event. I
knew they were going to improve it. I knew they were going to improve main event to, you know, for people to buy the network. I knew that for a fact. You know, you did say that, but I think I'm taking it a step further. I'm taking your idea a step further. I think they're making Raw bad on purpose, so wrestling fans have to pay to see decent matches. And these weren't 5-star matches; they were just decent.
I feel like the whole point of Raw is to just push what's going to sell merch, because that's going to hit the largest audience, and that's why Cena's the focal point.
I guess we could argue that. Let's focus on the good. I don't want to focus on the negative, John Cena. Let's focus on the good. Hey, please, in the comments, if you watch this, put win, loss, or tie. I think me and Rob, we can agree, huge win. I thought it was a huge win.
Like, it had everything I could want for a show, except for a good women's match. If they had put a good women's match in either of those 2 ladder slots, I think it would have been a better show.
I mean, could you imagine not showing the Bellas, that segment that fucking absolutely kills me, not showing the Jerry Springer segment, and then putting out 2 good female wrestlers instead?
That's actually a really valid point. They could have shown off NXT again by having Charlotte and Natalya have a match, and it would have been amazing.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So we both say win. If you disagree, I know some people have higher standards than us, but I noticed if you watch every show, WWE wears you down and you have lower standards. Like if you only watch one event a week, you're like, oh, that's got to be good. When you're watching 4 or 5 events a week, you're like, my standards are lower. You know, I guess it's the same thing with sleeping with 90 women. When you only sleep with one woman, your standard's pretty high. But if you're gonna sleep with 90, you'll let a couple uglos in.
I don't know,
They
because
use that right?
this one had, I would say, pretty good matches. Even the squash matches were entertaining, at least, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't like Big Show walking out and like one hit punching someone with that stupid fucking finisher and then leaving, and that, like, it wasn't horrible squash matches. They were actually good, and there was a ton of comedy in the show, like really good comedy.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the comedy. Comedy for WWE is hard to pull off because they're stupid, but I think they hit a couple home runs here. But the first thing it opens up with is the Seth Rollins promo. You love the Shield more than I love the Shield. I do love the Shield. Just, if we're gonna, it's kind of one of those things you like a girl, but your friend likes her a million times more, so you let her have her. That's what it is like with me and you and the Shield. I like the Shield. I do not like it as much as you. But one thing that we always talk about is Seth Rollins, not the best on the mic. I thought he did pretty good today. I thought I enjoyed it. I did not read previews or know what match was coming up. I must have forgot. I get punched in the head a lot, and I was quite surprised it was Jack Swagger. A happy surprise. I was like, really, Jack Swagger? Where's this going? But I enjoyed it, and not only that, but the promo led straight into the match, and I enjoyed that. And I think like the first 20 minutes, it was the Seth Rollins hour. So if you hate Seth Rollins, you might not be as positive as we were. But Seth Rollins, and the Seth Rollins versus Jack Swagger match, it's so funny when you watch Raw and you watch all these shows and they're jamming matches into you, I guess. It's funny seeing a somewhat long match because you're like, you like get excited. It's not even a good match. You're like, huh? They're still wrestling? I mean, you're like in shock. Because, I'll watch Dragon Gate New Japan, and they'll have long-ass matches. So you're kind of like, you sit down, you're ready. WWE, you're like, all right. And then, like, when it hits, like, maybe, I don't know, the 8-minute mark. I know that sounds crazy, because 8 minutes is not a long match. But in WWE, when it hits the 8-minute mark, you're like, what? They're letting, and it's so funny, because it's like your dad lets you drink a beer. You have that feeling about it. You're like, really? We can watch a match over 8 minutes? Thanks, Dad! I really did enjoy the match. I thought it was great. I don't think anyone looked weak. I thought the promo was good. So, overall, I was really happy to see it.
Not only
You want to
that,
add
but
anything to it?
even though Swagger lost, he had some really good points that made him look just really strong. Like, he caught Mr. Money in the Bank's fucking kick. Like, he did all sorts of cool shit like that, well, it wasn't, like, amazing over-the-top stuff. It's stuff that, like, in kayfabe, makes him come out just as strong as Rollins does.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it a lot because it was just good wrestling. After seeing shit wrestling, it's good. The crowd really got behind Swagger. They are behind him 100%. They forgot about his DUI and his heel days. He's a fucking hero now. And it's weird that he's getting so over, but losing all the time. When he wasn't over, he won all the time. It's kind of like, is WWE secretly sending the message to its workers, don't get over? Like, oh, you're not over. We're going to give you a main event match.
I think it's more that there's someone back there who's like, listen, this guy's not over. He needs the win to be over.
Yeah, and Rollins, we didn't talk about this on Monday Night Raw because we were too busy being idiots, but Rollins almost died. Did you see that gif of the spike almost going to his back? So Rollins was in a pretty decent match, jumped off the cage, and still came to deliver. And the only thing that some people are complaining about online, like I see from website to website, is that Bo Dallas didn't make an appearance. But I was okay with that. I'm okay with Bo Dallas not making an appearance. I love Bo Dallas, but I don't think it took away from the match. All right.
Bo Dallas appearing would have taken away a lot from how good that actually was.
And then there was very little Raw highlights. I thought for sure, like, oh, I'm going to have to fast forward 20 minutes. No, it was like, oh, Brock Lesnar's going to fight John Cena. Holy shit, didn't see that one. Did you know? Rob, did you know John Cena and Brock Lesnar are going to fight?
I think total we had somewhere around like 10 minutes total of Raw flashbacks, recaps.
Yeah, but this one was a short really one, and it led to Zack Ryder versus Cesaro. And even though a lot of these were squash matches, the guys that were definitely going to go over gave up some offense. And Cesaro could have easily, squashed Zack Ryder in the WWE universe. We're going a little kayfabe-ish here, a little shoot fade. But he let Zack Ryder have some stuff, and it was kind of cool to see. And not only that, but the post-interview.
The post-interview was amazing. Just, who are you to doubt Zack Ryder? He was like, yes, thank you, Cesaro.
I just loved it because he was such a great fucking promo. He goes, what? And she's like, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing here, but she's like, you won. And she's like, you act surprised. And she's like, I'm not surprised. She's like, who are you? He's a former U.S. champ. And I was just like, Cesaro, I fucking love you on so many levels. So, for some reason, WWE didn't put this on YouTube, but it's definitely worth watching. He did hit the Cesaro swing, but when fans got into it, he just put a submission hold on him. And everyone that loves pro wrestling and watches all the shows, the Cesaro called himself the king of wrestling, and people are like, Chris fucking Hero! Yeah! Chris Hero's in the bunny costume! We might have overreacted on that one, but everyone was happy and excited, so it was kind of cool. And I feel bad for Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder is the reason there's a network. Zack Ryder is the reason why they've mastered social media. And
I don't know that you can really say that.
Without a doubt, have a gun to my head. Have a gun to my head. They wouldn't have Twitter. They wouldn't have Facebook. Matter of fact, WWE publicly said, well, what? Because they didn't even want to do social media. They wanted to make their own WWE.com a social media site. And Zack Ryder had the balls to go on YouTube and Twitter, and he became an internet sensation, and the fans got behind him. Not anymore. And then they said, you know what? Why not shut down a fucking WWE Facebook thing that sucks, and we'll copy Zack Ryder, which led to fucking them being an internet powerhouse marketing company. No, I'm sorry, I disagree. If it was not for Zack Ryder, there wouldn't be no WWE network.
You're gonna let me. I agree with the mentality that he did the whole thing for the social media. I think you were way too high on the way that Zack Ryder's crotch smells if you think that he's the reason for the network, considering Shane basically pitched the idea for the network years ago before he even left.
Yes, great point. And why did he quit? Why did he leave? Why didn't it happen?
No one actually knows for sure why he left. It's all theory.
Yeah, well, my theory is, fuck you. Let's go to the next match. I'm sorry, that was a little mean.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Sorry. The next match, I think, I don't know why. Like, there's a part of me, my pro wrestling heart, I believe. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. I really believe that this is fucking entertaining. Like, I shouldn't. Like, there's a part of me, like, I love New Japan, I love Drag Gate, I love in-ring wrestling, I love fucking being taken seriously. And then here comes Slater Gator, and I'm like, I enjoy this. I don't know if it's kind of hypocritical or they're just doing it right, but it's so funny because WWE tries comedy, and a lot of times it fails. But I think this isn't failing. I think Slater Gator is absolutely amazing. The bunny story is amazing. I mean, we talked, maybe, 2 weeks ago? Don't quote me on this, but a couple Raw reviews ago, when we weren't being sarcastic assholes, I do believe we thought the bunny was the best part of the show. And I don't know, it's WWE doing what WWE wants to do, but doing it right. And I like Slater Gator. I know deep in my heart I shouldn't like it. It's a guilty pleasure. But really, I'm thinking the best thing on Monday Night Raw is who's in the bunny costume. Who's in the fucking bunny costume? I enjoyed it. Titus O'Neil versus Adam Rose. They had a lot of Looney Tunes type comedy, which I think could be done right if done right. You know, and Slater Gator did it. The bunny did come down, and the bunny did cost Titus O'Neil I was going to say the championship, but there's no championship here. It cost Titus O'Neil the match, and Adam Rose won. But you're an Adam Rose guy. Me, I'm too old, and I don't understand what these young kids like about him. But at the same time, he's bombed so bad on the big stage. I was kind of happy that I saw the camera shot of a couple of fans getting into it.
Yeah, I'm glad that they haven't given up on him entirely, because I do like the idea, but yeah, I'm not entirely into it anymore. I love the bunny, but man, I want Slater Gator to win.
Yeah, and there's rumors. You know, it's funny because everyone says who the bunny is, and it's so funny because it's so ridiculous. It reminds me of who killed Mr. Burns. It really shouldn't matter in the big picture of things, but you're still curious. You know, obviously the most delusional people say CM Punk. But this, you know, you said Sami Zayn before in past podcasts. Darren Young is a possibility, but I think when you see the bunny's skin, it's white. So you're a racist, you rabbit racist motherfucker. I'm sorry, Joe Rogan. Inside jokes that no one will understand. Moving along.
No.
Yeah. So I don't know. I find it to be absolutely stupid. But it's an enjoyable stupid. And that's a lot better than the stupid WWE has been shoving down our throats.
Wait. The bunny didn't actually start wrestling until after Devitt was signed and already at NXT for training.
That is true, Prince Devitt. Dude, my whole thing is, you know how there's a super fan, what they call the IWC, the internet, the smarks?
Yeah.
All I know is, if it's Prince Devitt, those type of fans are going to fucking go absolutely insane. But the people that just show up, the casual fans, the John Cena fans, the, hey, I'm here, everything's great, I feel so positive about myself, I will just say casual audience. The casual audience will be like, who the fuck is this? And you'll hear 4 or 5% of the audience lose their shit. Oh my god! What's that?
Fucking one chunk of the audience is just marking the fuck out.
Yeah, this is unfucking believable. Mark it out to the point that there's happy tears rolling down your face.
Yeah, it would be basically. Yeah, it would be like when Ultimate Warrior came out to do his fucking speech. Just that's how some people would react to it. It's just yes, this is amazing.
Dude, it would. People would lose their shit. But I think it would be I don't know, it would be the one time where internet fans would be they would be so happy and proud, and casual fans would be like, oh, is this what they feel like when Cena wins? Then I don't know if we're going in order or not, but they had 20, I don't know, it was long. It was the recap of Stephanie McMahon and Bellas and Jerry Springer. Everyone skipped this. No one watched it. No one should watch it the first time. You should, but to watch it a second time on main event is horrible. The one thing I am super happy about. I watched
it the first time and enjoyed it.
That's why deep down inside I fucking hate you. There's a part of me that I think you only enjoy this shit because you know it fucking burns my fucking heart. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep saying I like the Bella Twins until fucking Dave dies, and that's getting closer every day. I hope you're happy. When I'm dead, I want you to know that my dead fucking corpse is pointing the finger right at you, going, "This is your fault." It has nothing to do with my diet, health choices, and falling out of fucking high places. No, it has to do with your love for the Bella Twins.
I'll remember that while I play the Bella Twin recaps of all their highlights of their career at your funeral, because I tell everyone that they were your favorite wrestlers.
All right.
The John Cena gets an invitation.
You're gonna do that to your dead friend? Shame on you.
Listen, John Cena, he is your biggest fan. Do you think you could come to his funeral? Meet his kids, maybe meet his daughter.
The part of me died. Oh man. All right. So basically, another highlight. I thought the show was over. And it reminded me of Steve Jobs. Speaking about how bad was that Apple fucking thing? We're getting off topic. But remember when Steve Jobs, after he gave you everything, he's like, and one more thing? That's what this felt like. I was like, oh, okay, that was a good main event. And one more thing. And I was like, holy shit, Nikes. And it was the Ascension. They had the NXT straps. They went against Los Matadors. And it was a lot better match than I thought. And I don't know. They also plugged. They are. You know what? I hate WWE. Well, let's be honest. I hate We Worship the Elite. But the fact of how they're treating Kenta is like, I understand how. This is gonna be a bad fucking joke. All right. Should I edit it? Who's the Baltimore Raven guy? Ray Rice.
Yeah, Ray Rice.
You know how his wife came back to him. I understand. Because WWE has been beating me down too soon. I feel bad for telling this joke, but I'm already 2 feet in. I understand why. WWE has been beating me down. The way they're presenting Kenta, I was like, I'm happy. Thank you. Thank you for slapping me around, but still giving me flowers. Kenta is the flowers. But I was so happy that they had Kenta. It was absolutely great. But Los Matadors versus the Ascension. The Ascension wins. It was a very short match, but still, it wasn't a complete squash. So the only thing is, they were plugging the NXT event. I just thought maybe their opponent should have came out. El Torito is hurt, according to the storylines. I don't know if he's hurt in real life. And, yeah, I'm just looking forward to NXT. I hope people that watch WWE and don't watch NXT watch this week, because NXT, the big events have been kind of amazing. And prior to this tag team tournament, a lot of the shows have been amazing. So hopefully, if you get time, please watch the NXT event. Go ahead.
The tag team tournament definitely sucked. Like,
yeah,
even now, going into the pay-per-view, the only highlight for me is I'm hopeful that the Ascension gives up the belts so that they can get called up.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Ascension, and I know that's like the minority opinion. Not a lot of people agree with that. A lot of people are like, the Ascension fucking rocks, they're the next Road Warriors. I'm not a big fan of the Ascensions, but at the same time, being an NXT fan and wanting the NXT to be the future now, I still was happy. I was giddy that they were on WWE. I don't know how the crowd reacted to them, but I was happy for it. So
I don't love the Ascension. I love the fact that NXT has created and is publishing essentially a actual tag team, like a duo of wrestlers that are being marketed and branded as a tag team. Because that's something the WWE hasn't done well in a long time. Like,
well, that's not true. They do very good, like for 3 weeks, and then forget about it. The tag team division is like a bad puppy owner for WWE.
No. I mean guys who, like, they come into the business as a tag team and they keep as a tag team. I mean, like how.
Well, but you're talking about NXT, not business. Yeah, I understand what you're saying though.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
but
would be
I mean,
nice.
like,
Maybe
this
the
is
whole
something
career is the
NXT
Ascension.
did. Yeah, like the NXT did, and they're gonna go up, and then we have the Usos and the Ascension both as like tag teams that have. That's their point. They're a tag team, and I think that's great. That's getting bigger.
Yeah, but what I was saying is WWE is really good at taking care of the puppy for the first 3 weeks. I don't know. You don't have kids, but I'm sure you could follow the story with me. As an adult, you buy your kids pets. And you're like, all right, it's not my pet, fucker, it's your pet. And that's WWE. WWE's like, I'm going to take care of this fish. I'm going to take care of this dog. And you're like, all right, WWE, take care of your tag team division. I'm not taking care of it. And then, like, 3 weeks later, you're the one walking the dog. You're the one scooping up the poop. That's what it reminds me of WWE. For 3 weeks, they're like, we're going to rebuild the tag team division. You're like, holy shit, they're doing a good job. And then, like, 3 weeks later, they're like, all right, all these guys are going to split up and feud. But they didn't reach their full potential. It doesn't matter. That was 3 weeks ago. We don't care about the tag team division. You know what I mean?
You know, I've been watching the whole time, just waiting for the day that they let fucking Slater Gator starve to death because they lose interest.
So, yeah. All right. I have to go, so please down in the comments put win, loss, or tie. Rob, thank you for being part of the show. Rob, is it safe to say we both agree win?
Yeah, yeah.
Huge win. Probably must watch. Please enjoy it. Please check out Kocosports.com. Jerry has updated it like crazy. Did a great job. So is David Cooey. Those guys are busting their ass, and we got to come up with ideas of, hey, just building a community on the site and on YouTube. So if you got any ideas, leave them down in the comments. Maybe we'll start bribing you with Japanese pro wrestling cards. You could do it. You could go to the blog. You could leave comments.
You bribe them with Turkey Mania shirts.
You
Where
know?
Dave in a tiger mask faces off against John Cena at Turkey Mania 1.
All right, main event time is over. Now it's just conversation time. So if you leave, we understand. Dude, we have like tons of fan art of me and Tiger Mask and all that. I have to do Q&As. Dude, I'm for real. Dude, one of them is absolutely amazing. But if you make fan art, I'll just do a Stump the Idiot 5 questions, dude. Some of them are absolutely amazing. One of them is done in Photoshop, and it was a 3-hour show that no one watched. And dude, they fucking had references to the whole show. It was amazing. And then Franielli did one by hand. And I'm an ugly bastard, but he even made me look good in the comics. You see my arrow?
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Anyway, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, we're gonna do 5 questions. So if you do fan art or something really cool, like a cake, we had a cake. Dude, we don't have a big audience. Our audience is the best. You know what I'm saying? We don't go around being assholes on other people's sites. Like you suck. You should check out this other YouTuber. We never do that because that's bullshit. But we might not be the biggest, but dude, we have definitely the coolest audience. And I'm not just kissing your ass because if we don't kiss your ass, you leave, and then we don't have an audience. But still, besides that factor, dude, I never thought in a million years people would make us cakes and graphics and all that. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Internet Infantry. And if you do something awesome, we'll do a Stump the Idiot just special for you. But
and
yeah,
I just want to say,
if
one of you out there is an artist who, maybe you're not bad at drawing John Cena, and you want to draw John Cena attitude adjusting Dave in a tiger mask, I'm not saying you would be my new favorite fan, but you'd be my new favorite fan.
We don't call them fans. They're Internet Infantry. Fans sounds like they're fucking lower than us.
You would be getting promoted.
You'd get a promotion in Internet Infantry.
Yeah, you're a corporal at that point.
Yeah, the other day I gave someone sergeant. I was a little excited.
Oh, don't just hand out a sergeant. This isn't the Army.
This is the Internet Infantry. Oh, man. Yeah. All right, let's not get into the Army Marine Corps Battle Royal at the end. I have to go do a book, and you have to be awesome. I don't know what you're going to do.
Well, I was going to do a pay-per-view profits, but someone has to go read some book shit.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so hopefully we fucking rock and roll. Maybe we'll try to do some more shows tomorrow. There will be an Impact review tomorrow, and maybe a pay-per-view profit. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. And also, there's the big debate. Bakakarok. He has our debate topics. I'll send them to you. The worst part about this debate is I'm not even that 100% behind my guy.
I don't want to see the topics. I want to wait. I want to be asked the topics at the debate.
All right. All right. I just copied and pasted the topics, so hopefully there's really topics there. But yeah, but my whole thing is I don't think because the debate is going to be who's, I guess, better or worse. I don't know how you look at it, John Cena or Hulk Hogan, and I say Hulk Hogan is better and John Cena is worse, and he says the opposite. But deep down inside, I don't think either of us think they were good. So it's kind of a weird debate. You asked for it. You know how there's the great debate? You know how they always say that about people debate? They're like, this is the great debate! We used to actually have a segment on our radio show called The Great Debate. This is the not-so-great debate. So who was better? It'll be coming this week, so hopefully we'll do a lot more.
Is it really who was better or who was less bad?
Yeah. Who was less bad might be it. All right, so look forward to that. All right. Please like, comment, subscribe, and go to Kocosports.com. Thank you, and with that, I am over.